Ramon Harris came from afar to be a part of the Kentucky basketball tradition. From Anchorage, Alaska, number 5, Ramon Harris.
Wildcat Sports Talk is proudly presented by Harris. Now, here's Ramon.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into the Harris Way. It's been a minute, man. I missed you guys. I hope you missed me as well. Right now, man, I'm sitting here still trying to add everything together with the UK season ending. There's been a lot of speculation about who's coming, who's going. And if you're tuned in right now, I want you to call in and give me your opinion on what players you feel could possibly leave, should leave, shouldn't leave. It's been reported that Cameron Fletcher has entered the transfer portal. I know that Keon Brooks Sr. has said that Junior is not leaving Kentucky. I know that there's been back and forth hints for Davion Mintz, whether he's going to decide to 6-year or not. BJ Boston, of course, Terrence Clark, of course, Isaiah Jackson, of course. There's so many questions. But yes, please call into the show and talk to me a little bit. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me how you feel. It was a heartbreaker, with the Alabama game. Once again, we see Dante Allen coming through for the team when his number is called. It's just crazy to think. I really thought they were going to come back and win that game. I seen the fight that I knew that they had. And, when Dante Allen had that look, I thought it was good. It was a great play by Coach Cal to get an open shooter the ball. And it just didn't go in, which happens sometimes. So, call into the show. Let me know what you guys are thinking, how you feeling. Tim and Adam, what's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's on?
Hey, listen, man. You hit it right on the head. I mean, the two big rays of sunshine that we've got going on right now, though, Dante Allen, Devin Askew, both coming back. So.
And Ramon, I really have a good feeling about Mintz coming back. I think it would be big time for the program, and I think it'd be big time for him. I think it's a no-brainer. He established himself as definitely a starter and a go-to guy, a guy that can change a game, man. And I think it would just be insane for him not to come back.
Well, the question is how many guards are going to come in with the new class coming in, and how many guards come back? What is the rotation going to be like?
Right.
That's a big question. Because, if you think about it in the manner like Jody had an opportunity to go to the NBA or come back and play for Coach Cal, but we were so guard heavy.
Right.
He kind of knew, I wasn't going to have another year like I had this year.
Right. Yep. And, that's tough, man, because it's really hard to know for sure. I mean, with John Wall, turned out like we thought it would, and Eric Bledsoe. But, with the guys we got coming in, I'm not so sure. I mean, just like the guys we've had in the last couple of years, you look at it and you go, man, Davion Mintz had such good moments this year. I think he could compete and earn playing time, next year without a doubt, man. Right.
And that is a big question. I think if you're Davion Mintz, you're kind of trying to see what the lay of the land is. You love playing for Kentucky, which I seen him. I could tell by how he was playing that he loved being here and playing here because he played with so much joy and passion. And then at the same time, you're like, okay, it's not that you don't believe in yourself, but we all know that Coach Cal did not recruit guys to come in and sit the bench.
Exactly.
We know that. And then, no matter what he does, he's proven himself this year. And he's made himself a fan favorite, and he's made himself a guy to really depend on and a solid guy in the midst of a storm that we had this season. But I also think if you're him, you're like, okay, I know we got some guys coming back this year, and we got some new guys coming in next year. And, yes, I'm going to have to fight for my playing time, fight for my spot. But you kind of think about, the pros and the cons of each decision.
Yeah, man, he's one of those guys that the fans definitely want to see him back at Kentucky. And I think it would be awesome, man, to have a guy like Davion Mintz You got freshmen coming in, and they can be really good. I mean, we've got unbelievable talent coming in every year under Coach Cal, but he's just one of those guys, man, that you don't have to worry, if these freshmen are going to adapt and they're going to struggle or not, because you kind of got this guy to rely on. So I think that's going to be big for Kentucky if he comes back or not, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if we lost him there for a second, but yeah, I think you're right.
You agree,
Tim.
man?
I mean, yeah.
It's just having that guy back with experience, and man, he's got tons of experience now.
Make sure you guys get out there and share this and share it like crazy for us. All right, and we need you to do that for us because we're going to need all the help we can get as we kind of battle the off season here. As generally people stop watching. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, people kind of get checked out, and I mean, especially with the season that we've had, you can come to expect that, Tim.
For sure, man. For sure. I get it, man. I get it. It's hard to be up and motivated about being a Kentucky fan right now. But you know what, guys? Keep supporting the show and keep watching us, like I've said before, because we're bringing on a lot of people to interview. We've got Ramon Harris, who is always right here with us, man. He's our main guy. And the Harris Way is going to be bringing on some special guests during this off season, and we're just covering all things Kentucky, man. We're bringing on a lot of different coaches and players from different teams, and we're going to be doing some fun, interactive things with you guys. So make sure to check in and tune in. Hey, there's not a game on, so you know what I mean. Might as well be watching us, and we're going to throw it back, man, like we like to do. We're going to throw it back some too. You know what I mean, like we were before the season started. We'll throw it back and bring some legends on the show.
I don't know what happened there, Ramon. I guess we kind of lost you there for a minute, but I think we got you back on now.
Yeah, I think we're good and set straight now.
But yeah, we were just finishing up talking about Immense. Just it's a tough decision for him probably, but I mean it would be huge for the Big Blue Nation for sure.
I am hearing this rumor. This is not just I've heard this from more than one person that says Tony Barbie might be heading over to Fordham.
Yeah, I heard that. And I also heard that we might be getting Coach Orlando Antigua back.
Oh, yes. There's
there's rumors that he might have a reunion with the Big Blue Nation. He is doing his thing with the Fighting Illini in Illinois. So good luck to him. But there is some rumors that he might be back in the blue and white.
I know a little something on that.
Do you?
But I will say this. Everyone needs to watch what Illinois does in the tournament. That's all I'm going to say. All right? That's it.
That has a big piece to do with what we just talked about.
Big time. So
there's you something to watch in the tournament if you wasn't going to watch it.
If you weren't going to watch.
If you need a reason to watch.
There are 3 reasons to watch the tournament this year. All right. Number 1, what I just said.
Okay, wait, but make yourself clear. Do we need to root for Illinois not to do well or to win it all? You know what I mean? Because I know the fan base is going.
I never want to root for somebody to do bad.
You never root for them to do bad, but
it might benefit us if they did.
Oh,
if March Madness happened to play its part like it does every season.
Yeah.
March Madness, man, it'll get you.
I know. And Ramon, I think you and I are on the same wavelength on this. I think I both kind of know that. Yeah, this is. Put it this way: just watch Illinois in the tournament. That's all I'm going to tell you.
That tells them nothing.
Just watch it.
I'm just saying you got to. I mean, when you're watching the tournament, you're like, "Is this helping us? Is this not helping us?"
I'm not going to tell anybody to ever root against a team. Ever.
Well, then you said enough right then.
So just that's it. I'm just going to say.
Okay, I just wanted to give them a little hint of what they want to watch for, but and your other reasons to watch.
The other 2 reasons to watch. Number 2, Morehead State, baby. Morehead State school in the tournament. All right. Mm-hmm. And number 3, Ricky P. I know people don't. Some people aren't a big fan of but Iona got in, and I think you need to watch them. Just for that.
He got matched up with Alabama right out of the gate.
Which is horrible.
I mean, that's a tough draw for Coach P.
I think a beatable one. I think Rick Pitino can make that game ugly enough.
Definitely.
Pitino is known for his defensive scheme, so he might have them at least fighting.
Yes, and he knows what Alabama brings 3-point shooting, and then 3-point shooting.
Right.
Yep. I heard
this Rick Pitino fifth different school he's taken to the tournament, correct?
this is the fifth one, and there are only 3 coaches in history that have taken 5 schools
Right.
to the NCAA tournament. And I'll tell you what, Rick Pitino is one of those. The other one is some guy I've never heard of. But the other one, do you know who it is, Ramon?
No, I don't.
Tubby Smith.
Really?
There you go.
Wow. I didn't know Tubby took 5. I know he took in multiple, but I didn't know it was 5.
There we go.
So Anthony Wireman says Lance Ware is staying at Kentucky. Not sure if he's just telling us his opinion or if he's got that. If he knows that for sure.
I would say that's a pretty good take. That's a shock to me because I would pick him as 60% gone.
Yeah, especially with the transfer.
That's what I was
saying.
Oscar Shebwe, yeah. Oscar Shebwe, I think is how they're saying it. I don't know how they're saying it.
Yeah, however.
I think it's Shebwe. I don't know. But either way.
Just don't call him Big O.
Yeah, don't call him that. That's you can't do that because that's Oscar.
It's already
taken. That's big. Already taken.
But in any case, I think that we've got a pretty solid chance at I think Lance Ware leaving, but I again,
okay, so
I don't know.
Zag's blog just reported that, Anthony said. So apparently it's been reported that Ware is staying.
Okay.
So now we know where he'll be.
Yeah, we do that. That's a big question, especially with the transfers. Not the transfers, but the incoming class next year. That's
a big deal. And that's going to create, I think, a little bit of controversy, but I don't know.
And I like him, man. I like him. He's
I like him too.
He didn't. Let's be fair. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. He didn't have a great game the last game of the season. But with that said, it's one game, and I like the kid. I like how hard he worked. He just seems like a blue collar type player, Ramon. Kind of like you, Ramon. He's got some resemblance there.
Yeah, definitely. His rotation, his minutes were not consistent, so it was hard to base him off of inconsistent minutes. But you see who the guys who's playing in front of him, so you see why the minutes were inconsistent. But when he did get number called, you see him fighting, clawing, scratching, doing whatever he can in the midst of the time that he was on that floor.
All right.
You respect it, but that's a lot of him coming back. That's a lot of bigs on that roster.
Well, I got to tell you this too. First of all, Ramon Harris would not have allowed Adu to smoke his ass time and time again down the court. That would not happen.
No, definitely not.
That would
and Ramon knows happen. Whenever I say resembles him, I don't mean he's identical to him.
That would not happen.
You know where I'm coming from, Ramon.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Just hard fighting, blue collar.
Yeah, just hard fighting. Do the things that don't show up in the stat book because you want to win. I see that from him,
Yeah, definitely. You just see him trying to just make his time worth something.
Yeah, exactly. I was just complimenting him, man.
Yeah, no, I knew what you meant. I
had to compliment.
Play two different positions, so
exactly. I just had to compliment Lance there, and
I like Lance Ware, man. I'm just thinking about. I see. I'm bad with the names of the incoming class, but we got a guy that's like 7 foot coming in.
Players should stay another year, raise their stock so they don't go straight into the G League.
Exactly.
Listen, I love that take. And I'm going to tell you something. I actually will tell you this. I think there's about a 25% chance that BJ Boston comes back.
Do you?
I think it's more than what people think.
Okay.
I think that there has been more of a conversation with him than probably any other player because and what leads me to believe that is because of Cal's comments about it.
Well, with that said, though, let's look at the numbers and I think of Ramon when I say this because Ramon always reminds us of this. There's only so many spots. How many guys has he got coming in? And what I'm saying is, how many guys need to leave?
You really need about 3 to 4 to be gone.
Is that all?
I think so. Because if you get Jackson gone, so that's 1.
Jackson's gone.
Yeah. He's out the door. And now you've already got Cameron Fletcher's transferred out.
Yeah,
so that's
he's
2.
Gone. Yep. And Sarr's probably gone.
Sarr will be gone. That's 3. So really, you might need 1 more.
I was say, how many incoming freshmen do we have?
That's what I was wondering.
Well, so that's
I just know of 3 signees and then the transfer.
there's that, but the one guy is supposedly maybe reclassifying to this year. If that happens, that's going to create a huge controversy in the guard position. But the thing about that is I actually think you could get a situation next year if you were to get BJ Boston back where you could keep guys healthy and do kind of a guard platoon. You don't do a full-on platoon, but I think you could do a guard platoon where you could throw guys in and out, in and out, in and out, and still be successful.
You know what, Ramon? I've got to ask you this, man. I love having you to turn to for these questions that really boggle my mind. Could it be, let's be real with me, Ramon, could it be a problem if BJ Boston and Mintz, both come back?
I think it could be a problem, but some people call that a good problem.
Yeah.
The reason why I said like I said before is that you have let's say 12 scholarships this past season. Fletcher has decided to enter the transfer protocol. We're saying that Jackson's leaving, and we're saying that Sarr is leaving. So that drops you down to 9 players. And that's not counting the transfer that we have, so that really drops you down. That has 10 right there. And then you're talking about possible 3-4 coming in next year. You don't have enough scholarships.
Well, the other thing too, sorry, Ramon. I was just going to say the other thing too. Jacob Toppin's coming back.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like we're saying right now, as far as our minds tell us, is that Jackson's gone, Sarr's gone, and Fletcher's gone.
Yeah.
So you went from 12 to 9. But you have the transfer from BBO. I'm gonna call him BBO, Big Blue O. He comes in, he makes 10.
Yeah.
So then you have 2 open spots, but you have 3-4 people coming in that freshman class possibly. So that's where it comes. That's like where I said with the Davion Mintz. You're like, okay, listen, I need to see who's all coming, who's all going, because it might be a situation where there might not be space for me.
And do you think as a player? I was just going to say real quick. Do you think as a player that it really comes down to how Coach Cal talks to you? I mean, Coach Cal's going to say how much he tells you he wants you back and how much he needs you back.
That plays a part too. But I mean, if I'm Davion Mintz, you sit down with Coach Cal, you understand. Coach Cal is going to tell you what is on his mind. That's one thing you'll say, Coach Cal. You might not agree with what he says, but he tells you what's on his mind. And it's coming to a situation where you got to kind of look at the landscape too. Not that you don't believe in yourself and that Davion Mintz can't earn his minutes or whatever the case may be, but like I said, Coach Cal is not recruiting guys to sit the bench as well.
Right.
And Terrence Clark. What's the situation with Terrence Clark?
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
I forgot.
He's gone. I mean, he was actually –
I definitely think he's gone.
He was toying with the G League before he even came to college. So he's gone. But I will tell you this. I'm confident enough to say this. If you find out that Davion Mintz or BJ Boston, whatever you find out from one of those two, so let's say we find out in the next couple of days that Davion Mintz is staying, then you know BJ Boston is leaving.
That makes sense. I can see that.
And if you find out that BJ Boston is staying, then you know Davion Mintz is gone.
Yeah.
That's going to be.
There's just not room.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, there's just not room. That makes sense. I believe that.
That's what I'm saying. That's a big question. That's a huge question on what's going on.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, maybe we'll get one of them back, but don't count on both of them back. It just don't.
I don't think you get both of them back. I don't think we get both of them back because I just think about roster right. Play, and that the bigs. That's going to be tough next year because I feel like Jacob Toppin has definitely earned his right to be a key player in the main rotation of this roster next season. Then you have Brooks Jr., who has came out and even though he came midway through the season, he has definitely been a bright spot in the second half of the season. Ware has done his job when his number is called on different occasions. And then if you think of Dante Allen, he could be like a 3-4.
So I have I have some swag I want to show you, Ramon. We've acquired some more stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna show you this stuff. You're gonna like this a lot. All right. Well, that's Tim. But look at that right there.
Oh, the Final Four, San Antonio.
That's from the Final Four, by the way.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Hey man, you guys get more stuff. Hey, I think you guys are holding out on me, man.
No, man. Look,
I'm just playing.
You're gonna and then look at there. That we got that. I don't know if I showed you that last time. I've got that Coke banner.
No, I haven't seen that. That's dope right there. I like
That's awesome. Yeah. And then from the Legends game, look at there, the Julius Mays.
Oh, shout out to Julius Mays, man.
There we go.
Big shout out to Julius Mays.
And I already reached out to him, and he said that when he's back in, he's going to put his little
go ahead and shine down
little
there
signature on
Chance.
that. We've also got Chance Poor. He sent not him, but someone that would know him.
Right.
Sent that to him or sent that to us. All right. And let's see, what else do we got? I'm trying to think of all the other stuff we've got.
Probably all your new stuff.
That's all the new stuff, I think. But yeah, we've got. I mean, of course, our wall is still packed and just awesome.
And Ramon, I've not talked about it with you
like
on the air yet, but you remember whenever I made my little bet about Kentucky winning that game. I can't remember what game it was, but if they won that game, they'd lost like 3 in a row. And I said if they won that game, I'd lose 50 pounds. Remember that?
Yep, and you lost 18 so far, right?
I've lost 18 so far, man. And I've been keeping up with you. We've been texting back and forth, and you're encouraging me and all that, and I'm excited about it, man. I feel a lot better.
Yeah, man. Like once a lot of it, I talk to people all the time. If you're used to eating like stuff like red meat on a regular basis, when you start to exit that out of your system and out of your diet, it takes about a month to completely get that out of your system.
Wow. Okay.
So,
yeah, I'm a hamburger. I was like the hamburglar. I eat hamburgers every day.
So if you eat hamburgers, that red meat, it takes twice as long for your body to process that than it does like a chicken or fish or whatever the case may be.
As Adam cuts up a big steak. And
I had a steak I've been gnawing on over here. But I will say this, Ramon. I've actually started my own kind of journey. I did my own kind of thing. And I think you'll be proud of me for this, man.
Okay.
So I have completely cut out drinking calories. So I'm not drinking any pop. I'm not drinking any calories at all. In fact, the only drink that's flavored that I drink is the 0-calorie Gatorade.
Is this a commercial?
So
you gotta be careful with the sugar in Gatorade.
Yeah, well, so it's 0 calories, so there's no sugar in it.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I'm talking about Gatorade in general.
Oh yeah.
Gatorade in general, you gotta be careful with the sugar.
Yeah, that's why I don't cut. I don't do that. So, I have I've gone on this journey where I am doing that and drinking lots of water. And I'll be honest with you, I've done that for a little over a week now, and I feel fantastic.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. Now, if you're trying to see those pounds come off, you got to process. It takes about a month for that to completely get out your system.
Yeah, Ramon, I've been starving myself to death, man. I mean, guys, I stay hungry like all the time. I told Adam's wife, I said, I stay so hungry, Ramon, that I look forward to bedtime so I can go to sleep and not be hungry.
I know the feeling. I try to have 3 meals a day. Depending on what my schedule's like, I might not eat 3 full meals, but I'm starting to eat a lot more fruit. I'm definitely starting to drink a lot more water, or getting back to drinking a lot of water, cutting out the soda, cutting out juices. Juice as well has a lot of sugar in it as well. So I've been drinking vitamin water to give me a little flavor. And I just feel better once I do it. You do it, like you said, after a week, you start to feel better because your body's already starting to get used to.
Yeah, man.
That's right. we actually have a guest backstage right now. You're going to tell us about this one, Ramon. I'll let you kick it off.
What's going on, Chief? How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? How
Hey,
y'all doing
man.
today, man?
Big Blue Nation, Tim and Adam, everybody who's tuned in to the Harris Way and Wildcat Sports Talk. Right here, I have a young guy that I'm going to introduce himself in a minute. He actually went to my high school and was somebody who followed me through the process that you guys know me from Kentucky on, but he actually followed me and supported me in my high school days. And I'm going to give you a chance to introduce yourself, introduce GBD, what you've been doing, and just give you a minute to just talk to him, man.
Yes, sir. So first off, I just want to say appreciate y'all for having me on the show. You know, it's a big blessing to be on the Big Blue Nation show, the Harris Way. You know, shout out to Ramon Harris for having us on the show. Big shout out to my two other partners, Dondreas McMorris and Issa Wilson. They couldn't make it to the show today, so I'm gonna just give them a big shout out because those are two guys that really have helped GBD hoops really hit the ground running, and we still continue to help build this movement from the ground up. And yeah, man, my name's Jade Zamora. You know, born and raised in Anchorage, Alaska. Went to West Anchorage High School. Shout out to all the West Siders that
West Side.
tuned in. And yeah, GBD stands for Get Better Daily, and we're trying to provide basketball training for the youth out here in the Anchorage, Alaska area, and just really trying to inspire the young cats, and anybody else that's trying to make it in this hoop game to really get better, and yeah, man, I'm appreciative to be on this show, and yeah, that's really it.
Man, hey Tim, Adam, guys, I want y'all to understand that if you went to West, we are a family.
Yes, sir.
Something like Big Blue Nation, but we just the west side of Anchorage. So you guys asked me to do an interview on your podcast, which we will be posting up very soon. And we had some real heart-to-heart talk. I want to ask you, what made you, I guess I could say, what made you want to not only have me on your show, but wanted to go in this lane, in this direction?
Okay, so first off, we wanted to have Ramon on our podcast. We have a podcast, the Get Better Daily podcast, and we wanted to have Ramon on the show just so that he could preach to the young individuals who are tuned in, to anybody that's really tuned in about your journey and how you really made it from Alaska, which is like in basketball, playing at one of the most premier college basketball arena, one of the most premier college basketball stages in Kentucky, but your journey through it and really showing your journey from the ground up, being a part of Alaska Basketball Hall of Fame, like what I'm saying. So because it gives kids hope. It gives kids a lot of hope, because there's a lot of young hoopers that want to make it, but they just don't know how, or they don't have the access to the people that have made it. We were just trying to provide that access for those kids to tune in. And yeah, for second of all, basketball training, it was my purpose, all along. That was God's plan for me. Like, I started playing basketball at a young age, played on the same travel team as Ramon Harris, not the same grade, but the same, under the same coach. Shout out Coach Dade.
Coach Dade.
The GOAT, shout out to Coach Dade, really influencing me in my game and really like tuning in, like, hey, you working on your ball handling? How are your grades? Like all on me, like holding me accountable. And that's where I really fell in love with the game. And, fast forward, long story short, played at West, and, played my little rounds of, college basketball, went prep school at Impact Academy. And that's really like the first time I really got a chance to know how to work out like a pro. Like I never really knew how to work out. Like I was just doing drills, cone drills, this and that and the other. But really to get better, you got to work on game skills to breed game results. And that's what we're working on at Impact Academy out in Las Vegas. Went from Impact to Colorado, went to a D2, redshirted, ended up redshirting, and then transferred. So Fort Lewis College out in Durango, Colorado, and then transferred over to a community college. And then by then, I'm just like, okay, like this may not be the route for me. I was trying to go play pro, but just being a 5'9", Filipino American, hooper from Alaska, all odds against me. It was pretty tough. Like I could work out as hard as I can, but it was just not in God's plan. And then ended up getting hurt. Had 2 knee surgeries on my right knee, and that was like something that really solidified like my playing career. And I was like, okay, what's next? Like I love the game. How can I make an impact on the game now?
Yeah.
And I've always trained kids. I've always trained young kids. I've always been in the gym, like preparing for my games. And the first person I really started training was my little brother, and he started getting results. And then it was word of mouth, like, oh wow, like my little brother. Shout out to my little brother Willie Zamora Jr. He's a sophomore at West. He got a game today against Bartlett. It's regions right now, so it's win or go home at the house.
Oh wow!
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So yeah, he gonna have a big game. But yeah, man, just word of mouth spread, and he was getting better. And parents just like, hey, can you train my kid? Can you train my kid? I'm like, yeah, for sure. I'll do it for free. Yeah, I got you. Like, and then like I remember this time when it was my second time tearing my ACL, and post surgery, like I'm in my crutches. I'm in my brace, like with the dressing all over, and I still go to Alaska Club West and train these kids because they depended on me,
Sure.
like, and I had a bigger purpose. I was like, man, like if I'm really in this gym in crutches with my dressing, like with my knee like hurting as bad as I I was in agonizing pain, but if I'm really in this gym helping them get shots up and putting them through workouts, showing them film on the game, like this is my purpose. And so that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna go all in on hoop training. And that's really why I train, to help these youngins get better and be somebody that I ain't really have coming up. Like I've had coaches, shout out to all my coaches, and you guys have been a blessing to me, but like as a trainer, I never really had that coming up, so I wanted to be that for them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. By the way, my name's Adam.
Nice to meet you, Adam.
And this is Tim.
I'm Tim. What's up?
And we really pleasure to have you on, and thank you for coming on the show. And I have to ask this because it's not very many. I don't get very many opportunities to ask folks from Alaska this question, so I have to do this. So first of all, I have to back this up by saying I've been a lifelong Kentucky fan my entire life. So is Tim.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when we heard that there was this new recruit from Anchorage, Alaska, named Ramon Harris, we're going, okay, first of all, do they even play basketball in Alaska?
Yeah. They were like, what?
I mean, like, Alaska? What?
Alaska?
That's like the North Pole. But anyway, what was it like for you kind of seeing a guy like Ramon grow and get into that kind of, I mean, look, Kentucky, believe it or not, it is the mecca of college basketball. It just is.
Oh, yeah, and I got to get on to you. It's not one of, it's the.
It's the mecca of college basketball. So, what do you think? I mean, we'll kind of make that rise to greatness. What was it like from a standpoint being in Alaska and kind of seeing it happen?
Man, like it gave me hope, and it gave. I mean, you could really feel the energy when Ramon had came back to the city, around his freshman sophomore year. Was it freshman sophomore year?
It was the end of my freshman year.
End of your freshman year. Yeah, I actually have a picture right here.
Oh,
he had came to Fairview Rec, and he was coming to one of our workouts. You could see, I don't know if you see, yeah, Ramon had a big blue shirt.
Okay,
That's
nice.
so cool.
And then there's me, but yeah, like Coach Dade.
That is so cool. That is such a great picture, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That
I
is
still gotta send it
awesome.
to Ramon. But yeah, anyways, yeah, it was just inspiring, like I was at 6th grade at the time, 6th or 7th grade, and I was like, man, Ramon, like he's playing for Kentucky, man, like, and he's from here, like, and him sharing his story, like it was just all inspiring, and it made me want to keep working on my game every single day, So it was dope just to see that he came from Alaska, came from the same city that I was born in, and he made it at the highest level. Playing with players like a John Wall, like following fast forward, playing with the players like John Wall and Eric Bledsoe and DeMarcus Cousins. It was just, I was like, yeah, that's all I'm trying to get like. And I know a lot of kids
Yeah.
that was my friends, they trying to get like that too.
Yeah, man, that's such a great story, man. And you know what? Just by talking to you for a minute, we have to bring you back on. And I know Ramon wants to bring you back on later and hear some more stories and stuff, man, because you've got an inspirational story. And I'll say this real quick while we're wrapping it up here in a second. Man, I love basketball. It's my number one love. And I've coached basketball, AAU, travel ball, coached my son and everything. And I love what you guys are doing, man, at Get Better Daily. That's amazing, man. I love what you guys are doing. I want to hear more about it, and I want to help promote you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So if there's a way we can help you get promoted out there down here in Kentucky, let me know. Let Ramon know. Send us a message. Send us a whatever you want to send us, and we'll try to help you get promoted. We'll even throw a commercial up for you if you need us to.
Hey, appreciate that. Like we really trying to, help these kids get scholarships. That's our main goal. Help these kids get scholarships
that's what
and
it's all about, man.
really expose them to, high level talent, whether it's, playing in wherever you guys are at in Kentucky to, California, anywhere. We're really trying to build an AAU program. That'll be our first release. This summer, we're blueprinting out trying to get our kids to play in the AAU circuit. So yeah.
That's awesome, man.
All right. So, Ramon, I was going to tell you this. I don't think I told you this, but at 8:00, we have we've got to head over to another session because we have Cole Cottom, who is a current minor league baseball player and a former University of Kentucky standout. He's going to be coming on to do an interview with one of his teammates. And then we'll have, of course, Coach Nick Mingione on Thursday. So Thursday's going to be a big baseball show. So we got to get over to that pretty quickly. But I wanted you to kind of, give him some last minute words here.
Yeah. Quick story. I just remember we were talking about on the podcast that I did on his podcast. Never knew that it would come back in a positive way. But one time we were leaving West and we were leaving a workout, and we were kind of like jawing at each other in a competitive way. And it got so competitive to the point to where I was driving him home, and he was talking. He was like, "Man, we could shoot right now." I was like, "All right, bet we shoot." So we not only did we just leave the gym, but we came back and we were shooting hoops in front of his house just because, for the love of the sport. And like I said, I had no idea that it would come back to a point to where, like, now we would be meeting in the future. And I really just did it for the love, man. I did it because I knew that I was blessed with the opportunity, and I knew it was bigger than me. And I'm just glad to see, man, that you're doing something for our community and for our city. And you never know how it's going to come back for you. So just keep moving forward and keep striving, man, and let the love move you forward. You know what I mean? Let the love push you. Let the love direct you. And like you say, man, keep God first at everything that you do. And, everything will follow how it's supposed to.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Like, you guys don't like this man, Ramon Harris, like, like they got Damian Lillard in Oakland. They got Steph Curry, he was my, like, Damian Lillard, like, coming up. Like, he was my, like, Steph Curry. So big shout outs to Ramon, man. Like, keep inspiring. You know what I'm saying? It's only the beginning for you. Like, this is it's only way up right now. So shout out to Alaska grown 907.
Yes, sir. Alaska
GBD. We all gotta keep getting better. Y'all was talking about like water and hydration. Y'all got to get on the lemon water with Celtic salt. That's every morning.
Okay.
Lemon water and Celtic salt. That's the wave right there.
Sounds
I'm
good.
gonna have to.
Definitely try that.
Don't have to try that. I have to say, and you mentioned Ramon, but honestly, man, like I'm telling you, we know. Trust me, because he came on. Those teams were so uniquely special that he was a part of, and in all different years too.
Yeah.
And some of my favorite memories were during that time. And Ramon coming on and doing this with us, man. Ramon's definitely got a special place in my heart, and I can only imagine growing up watching him play. So,
Man, it was inspiring, man, for sure. Going from Kentucky G League overseas, still like that's 12 years playing pro. Like that's inspiring, man. To any kid coming up.
Appreciate that.
it's good stuff. All right, well, Ramon, send him out here.
Hey man, if you were tuning in today, thank you. Hey guys, I appreciate the kind words, man. Like I said, I'm just an instrument in God's orchestra, and I'm just trying to play my part. To everybody back home in Anchorage, man, I still love y'all. I know I haven't been home in a minute, but I never forget where I come from. I never forget where I'm going. To Big Blue Nation, I've always held you close to my heart, so thank you. And to everybody tuned in, man, thank you to everybody, Wildcat Sports Nation. Thank y'all, or Sports Talk Nation, excuse me. But thank y'all, man. Like I always say, whatever you do it at God's speed. And I will see you guys next week.
Appreciate y'all.
I've been falling